So it's a well-known comic trope that, with enough planning and preparation, Batman can beat Superman in a physical confrontation, but conventional wisdom and common sense explain that Superman is just a step below an actual god, and Batman is only a human being with a belt full of gadgets, and therefore any fight between them usually ends in one way, with Bruce in a bloody hospital bed. So let's take a look at some of the extreme times that Superman dished out his own brand of justice. As I'm Jules, this is WhatCulture.com, and these are 10 insane times that Superman beat Batman. Number 10. Superman Red Sun. So Superman Red Sun imagined a world where the baby Kal-El landed on a Ukrainian farming collective instead of Kansas and became a hero of Mother Russia and its eventual leader. His influence spread until only Chile and the fractured United States remained free of his control, and here the brilliant American scientist Lex Luthor opposed him. In the Ascendant part of the 3-issue miniseries, Batman was the head of an anarchist terrorist network in Russia who saw all the propensity and abundance that Superman had forced on his country as oppression. He joined forces with Luthor and the head of the KGB to stage a coup. Capturing Wonder Woman as bait and tying her down with her own lasso, the Soviet Bat lured comrade Superman to an abandoned base outside of Siberia and engaged a battery of red sun lights that robbed Kal of his powers. Batman began beating him mercilessly, with Superman only getting a hit with a 2x4 in when he caught comrade Dark Knight monologuing. Batman knocked Superman down and then threw him into a bunker. Knowing that she could hear him, Superman told Diana that she was his only hope, even though he knew that that would hurt her. Wonder Woman then broke the magic lasso and destroyed the Red Sun generator, meaning that Superman then burst out of the bunker and confronted Batman. The Caped Crusader flipped a switch that exploded the bomb in his chest, preferring to die a martyr than to live as yet another Superman robot. Sadly, while breaking free, something also broke in Wonder Woman as a result of destroying the magic lasso, as it turned her hair white and altered her mind. Number 9. Batman number 612. In Part 5 of the Hush storyline entitled The Battle, Poison Ivy had once again gotten control of Superman, and this time she had laced the potion with kryptonite and she had no intention of letting go. Batman and Catwoman escaped to the sewers and separated as Bruce put on a kryptonite ring. Clark then smashed through the wall and Bruce immediately started delivering a series of blows with the ring, slowly weakening Kal. Batman made Superman follow him outside and directed his attention to a nearby skyscraper where Catwoman was now holding Lois Lane. Selina pushed the reporter off, and the shock of seeing Lois in danger broke Ivy's control, just as Bruce had planned. He knew that Cat could have saved Lane if necessary, but thankfully it wasn't. A grateful Man of Steel was unable to tell the Dark Knight detective where Ivy was, but thanks to a leaf and the keen nose of Crypto, they revealed the villain's location. Now on the surface, this may seem like Batman won, until you then realize that Superman was still somehow in control, because he wasn't hitting Bruce with anywhere near close to his full power when they were fighting, and also Superman broke Ivy's control on his own. The Bat and the Cat may have set up the circumstances, but it was Clark's willpower and his love for Lois that allowed him to break free. Number 8. Injustice Gods Among Us. Number 35. So the Joker had tricked Superman into believing that he was being attacked by Doomsday, and when Kal-El flew the monster into space, he found that it was actually his wife, and that he had actually killed her. Worse yet, she was pregnant with their first child, and Joker had attached a dead man switch to her heart that caused a bomb to go off beneath the Daily Planet that then devastated Metropolis, killing thousands. Superman responded in a matter that was pretty blunt by putting his fist through the clown's heart, and then decided to end evil throughout the world by taking over the planet. Sides were chosen, friends were killed, and Superman made good on his very bad word. Now Batman got one of these super pills that gave normal people powers and took it back to the Batcave to analyze and hopefully synthesize more of them after telling the remaining insurgents to go into hiding. As the computer started an analysis, Superman arrived. To distract the Man of Steel, the Dark Knight tried to play on his guilt about killing Green Arrow earlier that day. He then played a video of Clark and Lois's wedding. Bruce then asked Clark if he believed that he was truly honoring Lois and Metropolis's deaths by taking over the world. Superman angrily responded that he was done being lectured. So Batman then fired a sonic cannon at Supes, sending him reeling. Bruce then grabbed the pill, but Clark recovered and told Bruce that he would not kill him, but he couldn't have him meddling in his plans, and then broke the Dark Knight's back over his invulnerable knee. Ouch. Number 7. Adventures of Superman number 642. In part 3 of the Superman Sacrifice storyline, Superman was standing over the bloodied, battered, and bruised body of a Batman who was currently undergoing his 3rd session of purple healing ray treatment from Wonder Woman, and despite not remembering beating his friend nearly to death, his fingerprints on Bruce's skin and bruises made it impossible to deny. Martian Manhunter sifted through the damaged computers and found some footage, and Superman, along with a tense Hawkman, Black Canary, Flash, John Stewart, and Wonder Woman, watched as a seemingly disorientated but determined Man of Steel launched an unprovoked attack on the Dark Knight. Only engaging the satellite's internal defenses saved Bruce's life. A deep mental scan was done by John and found that Maxwell Lord was the culprit behind Superman's mental possession, and there was no immediate way to undo it. Batman requested that Diana get him the hell out of here, and she teleported with him to the Batcave. A plan was then made to lock Kal-El in a teleportation loop until a solution could be found, but Supes believed that it was they who were possessed by Lord and quickly incapacitated them and burst out of the satellite, heading for Switzerland. Diana was the only one in any shape to follow, and she revealed to the Flash that Bruce had given her the kryptonite that he keeps in the cave. She teleported to Switzerland to find Superman and confront Lord, but unfortunately she found both. Lord then commanded Superman to make Diana bow before the king. But still, in all of this, Batman was most definitely beat. Number 6. Justice League Origins number 2. In the second installment of the Origins story arc, Batman and Green Lantern traveled to Metropolis, having just met each other moments ago in Gotham. The Dark Knight continued his initial complaint that Hal was too bright and attracted too much attention. Lantern encased Bruce in a constant cage as Superman arrived, saying to let him handle this. Supes smacked Jordan through the cage and a couple of parked cars. As Batman then rose up, Clark asked, "What can you do, eh?" When we returned to the fight, Superman remarked that Batman had emptied his entire utility belt against him to no avail, as the Blue Boy Scouts slammed Bruce into a wall and began asking him what he knew about the mysterious boxes. Green Lantern regained consciousness and rejoined the fight, first trying to capture Superman in chains, which he thought was ludicrous, and a shield to protect himself and Batman. The Flash had also reluctantly joined the fight at the request of Green Lantern. Batman finally stopped the battle, explaining that they knew nothing about the parademons and that they only came to Superman because Bruce believed that, as an alien, he might have some insight into the boxes. The quartet had to hide in the sewers when the government agents descended on their location before they could finish their conversation. But yes, once again, Batman was most definitely beaten here. Number 5. Lex Luthor, Man of Steel. In this villain-centric miniseries, Lex Luthor needed something to increase the cognitive functions of Hope, a young woman in stasis under the care of his scientists. Bruce Wayne had the item in question, and Lex believed that he could use their mutual distrust of Superman to get what he needed. One of Wayne's companies had come up with an Alzheimer's cure that Luthor needed, and Lex gave Bruce a piece of his kryptonite while explaining that the public only had Superman's word that he wouldn't harm them. That evening, in his Batman identity, Wayne was looking at the kryptonite when Supes arrived and blew it out of his hand before the pair had a brief fight that Batman lost badly. Superman was about to knock Bats out when he noticed a lead-lined compartment on the Dark Knight's utility belt with his X-ray vision. Clark crushed it, and Bruce gave Lex the research. Lex used the research to turn Hope into his own private superhero that he controlled. When his henchman, the Toyman, double-crossed him and killed children and his lead scientist, using an actual control unit, he forced her to drop Shot, who Superman saved seconds before he hit the ground. It turned out that Hope was an android, and Lex caused her and the facility where she was created to then explode, attempting to make it appear that Superman had killed her. Number 4. Superman Batman number 23. In part 4 of the With a Vengeance storyline, Bizarro and Bat-Zarro have made a complete mess of things. By misusing the teleporters on the Watchtower, they've ended up in alternate realities. Bat-Zarro found himself on Earth-30, where he failed to make himself understood by the Red Sun Superman. Bizarro was also having similarly bad luck with Terry McGinnis on Earth-12. On the Earth of the Maximums, the Kryptonite Man possessed the New Earth Batman and attacked the New Earth Superman, our main protagonists, and the pair fought briefly while the Maximums argued what to do with them. The possessed Batman seemed to have the upper hand, but Clark had a plan. Using a specific strike at a pressure point just below his ribcage, half of Crypto Bat's body went useless on him. During the fight, Superman was talking to the Maximum's mechanical member, Robot, who realized that Clark wasn't the villain here. They used his exoskeleton to encase Bruce's body and drove the Kryptonite Man from his body. The Maximums arrive to apprehend Superman, but so do Bizarro and Bat-Zarro. The mixed-up pair tried to rescue their idols and boom-tube their way to New Earth, but it went awry almost immediately, with only 3 getting away as Viking cut Bizarro's chain and he fell to the floor in front of the Maximums. Number 3. Batman The Dark Knight Volume 2, Issue number 5. So Batman was in Scarecrow's clutches, who had his fear toxin coursing through the Dark Knight's brain. Crane tried to chip away at Bruce's heroism and told him that he was hollow inside and that he would never be able to save everyone, no matter how hard he tried. The Bat's private fears and feelings were also working against him, especially the unresolved feelings of guilt that came from feeling that he should have done something to save his parents. Through sheer force of will, Batman continued to fight the effects of the toxin, and Scarecrow took another tact. He injected a drug that removed fear into Batman's bloodstream and then hid. Superman then arrived to find Bruce kneeling on the ground, mumbling to himself. As Clark reached down to help him up, the Dark Knight punched him through a wall. Ranting about Kal-El's alien nature, the crazed Caped Crusader continued to pummel the Man of Steel, who was screaming to his friend to fight the toxin's effects. Superman was forced to stop holding back and deliver a devastating blow to Batman, leaving the Dark Knight absolutely unconscious. Thankfully, adrenaline burned the toxins out and saved Bruce's life. Number 2, Superman and Batman number 33. At the conclusion of the Enemies Among Us storyline, most of the Justice League and a large number of the population had fallen under the influence of the alien Black Rock, including Batman, and the Rock gave him the power to take the fight to Superman as his physical equal. The pair traded blow after devastating blow as Batman talked about how the aliens saw humanity as greedy, petty, and weak, and Superman countered with the fact that some of that may be true, but not all people are bad, and definitely not Batman. Clark remembered something that Bruce had told him earlier, and he used his heat vision to ignite a gas tank, engulfing them both in an explosion. Kal-El said that he remembered that it may be able to scare the alien influence from Bats' body. The still-possessed Batman said the aliens knew of his morality and that he would never kill again. Superman grabbed the Dark Knight by the neck and began punching him, saying that he knew his friend and that he knew he would rather die than live like this. So he will free him or give him peace. With a bloody face and a cracked cowl, Bruce finally indicated that he was himself and that the aliens had left him. And number 1, Batman Volume 3, issue number 42. Through her connection to the green and the plants that everyone ingests, Poison Ivy controlled every person on the planet, except for Batman and Catwoman. Thanks to some incredibly fast thinking, Bruce created an antidote for himself and Selina, but Ivy claimed that she didn't care anyway because she had the rest of the world under her control and they aren't a threat to her anymore. Despite this fact though, Superman constantly hovered over Wayne Manor. Bat and Cat left the mansion, went out for a burger, and then went to a house where both Flashes and Kid Flash arrived. They were quickly dispatched by Selina, and Bruce disabled Clark with a loud whistle. The person Batman was looking for wasn't there apparently, and we next see the couple hanging out upside down from a skyscraper with Superman, Wonder Woman, and the Green Lantern Jessica Cruz hovering nearby. Batman mocked Ivy's utopia as she talked through Superman, and he inquired about a boy who was deathly allergic to greens and thus couldn't be controlled by her. He asked where he was hanging, and Ivy got more and more agitated and she screamed for Batman to shut up. He said no, and so Superman hit him in the head so hard that he actually killed Batman. Ivy brought him back though, claiming there is a person worth everything to Catwoman. But Batman deduced that the only person who could tend to a person with a massive brain trauma was Dr. Harleen Quinzel, aka Harley Quinn, who was also mind controlled by Ivy. Still though, Batman definitely was defeated here because he died. And there we go my friends, those were 10 insane times Batman beats Superman. I hope that you enjoyed that, and please let me know what you thought about it down in the comment section below. As always, I've been Jules. You can go follow me over on Twitter at RetroJ, but the O is a 0, or Instagram where it's the same handle. As always, I've been Jules. You have been awesome. Never forget that, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye.